All right, welcome to episode 34 of KT Confidential. I'm missing Adrian today, my usual co-host, but when I was looking for somebody to chat with today, Chris volunteered, so
also
welcome to episode 34.
Also the only person in the office right now, so
I had no other choice, and somebody had to run the behind the scenes, even though Cam was my preferred choice.
Awesome. Thank you. Good to be here.
So actually, when I said I wanted to shoot a podcast today, you actually had a topic that you want to talk about that I think is really relevant and that a lot of people should actually know more about, and that's saving some money around the house. You had a great example, so let's get right into it.
Yeah. So this week, actually yesterday, I do first of all awful job. Probably like a lot of people of cutting costs around the house, especially when it comes to the smaller items. But summer's here. We're rarely home anymore. We try and encourage the kids to get outside. So we just reduced my cable package. So we had one of the higher packages, movies, Game of Thrones, HBO, all that stuff's over now. So we were able to jump online and reduce the package and save about $40 a month.
It's funny that you did that because I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the NBA and NHL playoffs are over, I don't need my sports packages anymore. We're going up to the cottage. We're spending more money, more time outside. And why spend the money on having the better cable packages? In fact, this was the first full year that I've actually had cable.
Yeah.
I was streaming most of my stuff, and I had one of those Android boxes, and I found those very suitable for most of the stuff that we watched,
right?
Except sports.
I've always wanted to try the Android boxes, but that's always my biggest reservation is not being able to get the game or
You'll get them
or the quality.
Yeah, the quality. So if you've got a nice big TV and you want it in HD, I don't know. Maybe there are some sites that people know about or that exist that are streaming them in good quality. It's just really, really hard to find one that's consistent.
Right.
So especially in the playoffs, you don't want to miss a game. Can you imagine trying to find a stream for the Raptors game? I mean, even Bell went down on the last 30 seconds of game was that, game 5 or whatever.
And to your point, it's the quality. Especially you get spoiled with everything HD now. The last thing you want is see try and tune into the Leafs or something and see the blurry puck goes across the screen. You pay so much money for, big TVs, high quality, and 100%.
But in the winter, you're inside more. You don't want to be outside as much.
It gets dark early. Yeah.
You maybe snuggle up and watch a movie or your favorite shows or whatever. But, like the shows that we watch at home, we have a few shows that we really enjoy, and we are subscribers to Netflix. So you pay your $10 a month, and you've got lots of
especially
TV
with the
options.
kids. I find with that when they do get screen time, Netflix is often our go-to because it just loops. There's no very little commercials. The content
don't have to worry about Momo popping up on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a great tip because you're probably going to save, I don't know how much, $50 a month?
About 40 for that. I didn't go to the most basic package, but the intermediate package was about $40 less. So times that by the 6 months or 7 months we won't carry it. Adds up.
Yep. So I think that's a great tip. Do you have any other cost saving tips?
So one thing that we started doing more recently is just keeping an eye on the time of day we actually do things around the house. In Milton, I think
in terms of appliances,
yeah. So like dishwasher, big one being the dishwasher, and then even laundry. How
many loads of dishes do you do in it? How many times do you run a dishwasher cycle?
I want to say on average every other day.
Wow.
You? More or less?
I want to say if I'm lucky, we'll run it once a day.
Okay.
Oftentimes it's twice.
Twice a day?
Twice a day.
I find that crazy high. I guess 2 kids. Yeah, well, I have 2 kids. You have 2 kids.
Yeah.
So you're using this. You don't either have enough cutlery or you're using way too much of everything.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I know certainly when I'm cooking, and I do cook a lot of meals, and even when Natalie puts together a meal or whatever, because we throw everything in the dishwasher, the pots, the pans.
The difference there, that drives me crazy with Jen. I'll wash the pots and pans as I go and kind of tidy up a little bit.
Which
where
you
she
should do.
Where she just stacks it in the sink, and then those usually get in the dishwasher.
Right.
So I feel like maybe a tip would be is to kind of wash or clean as you go.
There you go. You're tip saving as you go.
But it's actually about half the difference in terms of like the energy cost that you actually spend. So if you're running on peak time, you're going to double your cost by doing nothing else, by just picking the time of
Dishwasher, washer, dryer, between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. If you're outside of those times, you're paying double.
Yeah. And one thing that I actually found really cool, I knew that, but I didn't actually pay attention to it that much until I was actually looking at my bill a little closer, because we've been in our house now almost a year. So now we have a trend or a cycle. And if you haven't, I'm not sure, have you been onto the Milton Hydro website with your account? Do you pay attention
to the website? Yes, I have been on there, and it does give you a breakdown of your usage.
Yeah. And what I think is kind of cool too is that it actually shows you how you're doing compared to your neighbors as well. So it ranks. I haven't looked at that. So like it ranks you.
So you'll know if your neighbor's growing pot or not.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. But it takes your 30 closest neighbors and it ranks you how you're doing compared to them. So if you're using like 4 times the amount of energy as anyone else, maybe you're doing something wrong, or there's opportunities to save there too.
Even with, so what a lot of people don't know is your bathroom fans and even your furnace fan, it actually consumes the most energy when you turn it on.
Right.
Once it's on and running, the amount of energy usage is actually very low. So especially in the warmer months when you're running your AC, I recommend that you run your furnace fan all the time.
It's better for your furnace as well.
It is better for your furnace. It keeps the airflow going through the home a little bit more efficiently, and balances the air a little bit more. But it also means your furnace isn't turning on and off as consistently or as frequently. And your bathroom fans as well.
Right. I didn't know about the bathroom fans.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people, they'll go into the washroom for a couple of minutes and just turn on the fan and then shut it off right after. Leave it running. Let the air circulate. You should leave the fan on in the bathroom for about 15 minutes after a shower anyways. Yeah. Don't turn it on, turn it off, turn it on.
No, for sure. Another thing with that point too, we're in and out of so many homes, but I'm not sure if you actually notice, like I go to a home, I often go to the utilities room, take a look at the furnace, the hot water tank. But one thing you see all the time is people have their hot water tank cranked like way up. And it's way hotter than anyone usually needs.
Did you Google this tip?
I actually Googled it as well, but by turning down your hot water tank, you can actually save quite a bit that way as well.
So it's not running as often? Is that?
Well, it's not keeping that storage tank as hot.
Right.
So a lot of times, like my parents' house, you turn the hot water on and you literally burn your hands within seconds. So their tank is like way too hot. I offer to turn it down, but they like it that way. But there's no need for that most of the time.
Yeah. And if you have children, it's also a safety
for sure.
hazard as well. One thing that I've found is a lot of people are wasting money in areas that you don't even really think about. Things like daily use items, paper towel, toilet paper, soaps, things like that. I find now, like we've talked about it in previous podcasts, there are so many opportunities to just cut costs on those things. So I'm a Amazon Prime member.
Yep.
We find that Amazon is great for a lot of the things that we need, ships directly to your house, oftentimes in the same day.
Yep. And the subscriptions save you a little bit of money as well.
Well, that's it. So we've got right now 5 items on our subscription list, and it's 15% off of already what is the lowest price that we could find in those items.
Diapers?
Diapers
are a fantastic deal.
Paper towel, toilet paper, soap, and what is the other item? I can't remember off the top of my head.
To piggyback on that, Jen, my wife, she's on a big environmental kick right now. So another kind of benefit there, she just asked me last night, she's like, did you notice us going through less paper towels now that she bought a bunch of microfiber cloths and stuff?
Are they Norwex?
I think they're knockoffs.
Oh, they should look into the Norwex stuff. I'll have Natalie talk to her.
But she asked me the other day if I noticed us going through less. And my response is, well, I've been trying to use more to make up for your lack of usage. But no, but we've absolutely 100% have gone through less, and it's better for the environment. And when, of course, we save a little bit of money.
Paper towel usage is driving me nuts because we've got, and we're converting to some of that Norwex products,
right?
The cloths and all of that. And you can go through a roll in a day with 2 kids.
Oh, well, here's a funny story for you. Your guys aren't, they're not potty trained yet, right? So James is at the age where he's very good, no accidents or very rarely, but he's starting to use wanting to wipe his own bum. So the other day he's sitting on the potty, on the toilet.
Can that be the title of this podcast?
Yeah, wiping your own bum. Awesome. So I get a call from the bathroom and he goes, "Dad!" And I think something's wrong. I run and he goes, "I need help." I go, "Okay, do you want to try? He goes, "No, Julia says I'm not allowed wiping my own bum anymore." I go, "Oh, why? Was there an accident?" He goes, "No, because I used the whole roll." So now he actually counts the squares. He's allowed 5 squares each wipe. But yeah, you can easily go through a lot of toilet paper. Even kids playing it, we had to take it off the roll and put it up on the shelf. Yep. Because they think it's the best toy ever.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we do that too. But with the paper towel, it's just so easy to take. You know, you just grab a piece here and there.
And just for like hands, little towels, 100%.
So this is actually a good cost-saving measure. You know, having this is a thermos product. It was given to me when I purchased my Vitamix, which is another great cost-cutting measure around the house. So having a good thermos and a good coffee go-go mug.
Well, it's funny how many of these cost-saving tips actually are better for the environment as well.
That's true.
So you look at trying to replace plastic in landfills, cutting down on even things that are recyclable. It still costs energy and resources to get them there and to convert them and to change the usage. So something like that literally is saving who knows how many plastic bottles, right?
Yeah. And I'm a big believer that we have to cut back and help the environment, but also cut back and help our pocketbooks, right? And, you know, the simplest things like taking your own water to work in a container. I love this one.
Yeah.
The Vitamix is also a great way to get your smoothies in without having to go out and buy a smoothie or buy a beverage. You know, make a smoothie at home. Take your own water. Take your own coffee. Not necessarily home related, but we talk about how, especially first-time home buyers,
right?
You know, it's tough to come up with that deposit right now, or it's tough to manage your monthly expenses because house prices are so high. Yeah. So you got to think, where can you cut down in areas?
100%. And one thing that I had not a hard time looking at, but when you look at it, like saving $2 here, $3 here, doesn't seem like a lot. But when you add up all those together, you're hundreds of dollars a month potentially, and $100 against a mortgage or saving towards something adds up really, really quickly.
$2 a day, you're looking at $700. Let's call it a year. Over 5 years is $3,500.
Yeah.
Who in 5 years from now will say no to $3,500? And that's $2 a day.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can cut costs $2, $3, $4, $10 a day. Right?
Oh, for sure.
So around the house. Now let's get back to around the house.
Yeah. So the first thing, I moved into a new house. I've had 3 houses in the last 5 years or so. First thing I did in every single.
Thank you for your business,
awesome.
By the way.
Yes, I had to get into real estate. No.
Talk about saving money.
Exactly. So the first thing I do in all my houses before I even move in is I change over every light, LEDs, every room, and to the point where now I know the exact kind, but I don't typically like LEDs because of the color. So the first time I did it, it literally took me about 5 or 6 trips. But
so
now,
what Kelvin is the bulbs you're using right now?
I couldn't tell you right now off the top of my head, but it's a warmer light. Like it's not as stark as some of the LEDs can be. But even the specialty bulbs now, you can get LED. So
the Edison
Edisons,
bulbs.
they look fantastic. The vanity ones, the bigger bulbs in the bathrooms can all be LED now. So it's an initial cost, but I believe in the first year, 12 to 18 months, it basically pays for itself.
And the cost of the bulbs have come down considerably.
Oh, huge.
You can buy them in more bulk cases and things now as well.
And what I like about it as well, another fringe benefit, especially in the lamps, things that the kids are turning on and off, they don't get hot the same way. So with the kids touching the lamps, it's a safety thing in those lower fixtures.
Yeah, but I agree. A lot of the LED bulbs, they give off like a bluish,
weird light.
Awful light.
It's like when the Christmas lights first came out in LED, they were awful. They were, it was like a blue Christmas, and now they've gone to that warm, more yellow light.
There's some great options. So this past Christmas was the first year I've put Christmas lights up ever.
Yeah, happy Christmas.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, we now celebrate in the house. We celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah, and we now have decorations for both. Natalie is always decorating something for the holidays. She loves it. I could care less, but anyways, so that was the first year we had Christmas lights up, and they were LED, and I thought they looked awesome.
And not only that, though, I mean, we're growing up when you had the big old C9 bulbs, and you could actually turn them on, and you could see the energy meter going. And I remember my parents yelling like 9 o'clock. My dad would say, "Go turn the lights off." And now, I mean, you don't have to worry about it, and there's timers and other things, and even we have ours on a solar timer. So as soon as dusk comes on, it stays on for I think 4 or 5 hours and turns off. So I don't even have to think about that aspect anymore.
What do you do inside the house in terms of the kids that people might think about in terms of saving money? So we both have 2 kids,
right? And
we know that we spend a lot of money on the kids.
They are not cheap.
Stuff in the house for the kids. Do you have any tips for parents?
There's lots. I mean, one thing that we've embraced is like with clothes is we've been lucky enough to get a lot of hand-me-down clothes. We have some kids on the street that are a little bit older than our guys, and we get some hand-me-downs there. And then we've most recently started shopping a little bit at Once Upon a Child. So you can find stuff that's literally brand new, name brand stuff. I recently just got soccer cleats, soccer shorts, all Nike Under Armour stuff. I think I spent $20. So not only saving some money, but also better for the environment. It gets second use. So I would say is embrace the hand-me-downs. It does not have to be new. Kids are in and out of this stuff so quick. And then with the other thing, what we've started doing is really try to cut down on the toys, especially the disposable plastics, better for the environment. But the kids play with it once, and then they don't use it again.
Yeah, and they'll just make a mess around the house with it.
Yeah, what we started doing is keeping in our playroom. Our front room is our playroom. So we have about 4 baskets, not big, and then once every week or 2 weeks, we replace what's in there. The toys go into the basement, and then they're not allowed to play with the toys in the basement, and we bring new ones up every 1 week or 2 weeks, and it's like brand new toys.
It's a good idea. So they forget about them, and then...
Yeah, and the big thing for there is we're saving on cleanup time. So before, it would take us 45 minutes to clean up the toys because they would carry them throughout the house. They dump the basket out, try and find that one little dinosaur they want, and then they dump the other basket out. So now it's just that would be my number one tip, just as a cleanup and quality of life.
Yeah. Well, time is money.
Oh.
And anytime you can cut back on your time investment,
right?
That's money too.
Exactly.
So I am going to go down the path of the environmentally friendly stuff. I talked about some of the Norwex products, but I use vinegar for pretty much everything around the house. And vinegar is cheap. It cleans.
You get the
vinegar and baking soda is like the ultimate cleaning.
Do you
tool.
buy the cleaning grade vinegar, or do you just use?
Man, that stuff can knock somebody out.
It's strong.
Have you ever smelled that?
We use it for the high chair and stuff, like anything that the kids kind of touch. We still use some of like the method grease stuff in the kitchen, but we use a vinegar mix for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we use vinegar and baking soda on pretty much everything, and I find that not only is a lot of the stuff coming out cleaner, but you're not spending the $6 a bottle and have all these bottles. Like, how many homes we go into and you open the cabinet under the sink.
Stuff falls over and
Well, you got Windex, you got bleach, you got this spray for that, and it's all these bottles of chemicals and crap that cost a shit ton of money. They're bad for you, bad for the environment, and most of the time they're not getting used.
No.
So,
and I don't think they do necessarily a better job most of the time either.
Most of the time they do a worse job, to be honest with you.
They streak or leave lines or just don't work as well.
Hey, Jenny, you want to be in on the podcast before you go away on your 1 week hiatus?
Come on in.
I love you guys, but no.
Jen is getting married, and she's leaving us for a week.
That's not a cost saver.
No, because we pay her while she's on vacation.
Yeah.
So, all right. There's a couple of other things that you mentioned. I can't remember what they were in terms of cost savings.
Well, I think the big thing is really just if you find out what's really important in your life, things that mean a lot to you, and then kind of figure out what you maybe kind of adjust or live without. One thing that is important to us, because Jen teaches full time, my schedule is very busy. We usually have a little bit of an overlap at dinner where we're actually both home. But for us, meal planning is also huge.
So okay, let's talk about that, because I think that is a way people really can cut back their overall spending every month. I've been more guilty of it lately because we're stupid busy right now. And it's the summer, you're on the go, you have just less time. You want to spend time doing other things versus cooking, but I think that people spend too much money eating out.
Oh yeah. How often do you eat out?
Define eating out. Like,
well, I was gonna say we all had lunches today,
right?
Yeah. So with the family though, like how often would you guys order in or eat out? Like not cook your own meals, dinner? Because I think that's the big one.
So the kids pretty well get a home cooked meal, I would say all but maybe once or twice a month.
Right.
For us, lately it's been a couple of times a week.
Right.
For Natalie and I, that we will late at night go and get something, or just don't want to cook dinner.
And do you get it yourself, or do you spend the money Uber Eats or?
Most of the time I'll go and pick it up.
Yeah.
I'll go and pick it up. Although, when was it? I think it was for the Raptors finale for Game 6. Was it Game 6? Yeah. We were both hungry.
Yeah.
The kids just went to sleep. The game started at 8 o'clock or 8:30. And kids went to bed at around 9 o'clock, and I was super hungry. Didn't want to miss the game. So we Uber Eats. Is that a word? Uber.
Cam, you would know.
We got some McDonald's delivered.
Yeah. Well, it's all these little things that are adding conveniences in our lives, but also adding extra costs that no one had, 5 years ago? Even these grocery deliveries, grocery pickups.
How often do you guys order in or get takeout or whatever?
Once a week, I would say.
Yeah.
Like nothing big. Like last night, we were both running late. We had no groceries in the house, so another problem. We didn't plan ahead, so we ordered pizza for the kids.
You want to talk about cost savings? Holy crap. Groceries?
Yeah.
I think that is one of the groceries and food. Takeout food, ordering in,
where do you
groceries.
You grocery shop at where? Sobeys mainly?
Oh, man, it's all over the map right now. So we have – I'm back on the Mama Earth delivery.
Okay.
So every Wednesday before 10 a.m. I get our order in.
Yeah.
It gets delivered on Thursday afternoon, late afternoon. And I typically do most of our fruits and vegetables. The boys go through a ton of fruits and vegetables every week.
Oh, yeah.
And so do we, actually. I enjoy a lot of fruit and vegetables with the meals or as snacks. So we go through a fair amount. They have really good quality product. They source good stuff. It's organic, gets delivered to the house. So it might not be cost saving from that perspective, but I know we're getting good quality stuff that we're actually consuming.
Well, that's just it. I mean, amazing how much stuff that in one area we've tried to do is cut down on the waste. Like, how much stuff do you just throw out at the end of the month or at the end of the week? And that's literally money that you're just throwing out.
Do you have a food saver?
No, we don't.
So I invested in a food saver back when they went on sale before Christmas time.
Right.
And I'm telling you, if you can dedicate your time, and you need maybe a half an hour every 3 days or so, depending on how your cooking schedule is. But if you're making a chili, or you're making a lasagna, or whatever you're making that can be that's good as a leftover, because some food just sucks as leftovers, right? Like, don't try and package a stir fry with rice. I mean, maybe it's your thing, but if you freeze that, it's never tasting the same. Am I right?
But Cam's just nodding his head over here like, did you have stir fry for lunch today?
Cam is the guru of leftovers and takeout, so maybe he should be sitting in on this.
For sure.
But lasagna, as an example, is an awesome food to reheat.
Yeah, like chili soups are always better the next day.
That's right. Cabbage rolls, things like that. You get a food saver, and you package it off. You write what's in it and the date that you did. Yeah. You put it in the freezer. So when you do want to eat something that quickly and not spend the money on the takeout, just have a freezer full of stuff like that you enjoy.
Well, we were having
you got to commit the time.
We were having a conversation the other day because, I mean, I like, we meat these days. Like I wanted steak the other night. Meat is getting crazy expensive.
Stupid.
Stupid
expensive. A steak is $15.
Oh, it's or more. So we were talking about maybe looking at pricing out some meat. You do the meat service now. We can order all the frozen stuff and get a freezer full of it.
So True Local, I think it is. That's based out of here in Milton.
Yeah. So I haven't priced it yet.
Can you Google that? True Local, is that the one that's in Milton?
Yeah, I haven't actually researched it yet, but I think that's the next step is get something like that so we can have that in the house ready to go and don't have to worry about what's on sale, what's not on sale, because that's a big
Do you go to Costco?
We do. Once every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow.
So where you were talking about your paper product there, I find my paper use is so inconsistent where I get staples there. So cereal, or protein mix, all our dry goods, basically we usually stock up on at Costco.
So it's stuff that you're going to use.
Exactly. And the stuff that keeps. I don't find that we use like meats and frozen stuff. I just find that's just too big for what we use it for. Yeah. But, I've started, and we're really actually, I used to be a grocery snob. So I live by the No Frills in Milton here, and I used to protest going in there. Not sure if you've driven by there on a Saturday, but
it's that is the worst parking lot in Milton. It's way too small,
and the carts
for the only No Frills in town.
2 cart crowds.
There is another No Frills coming right by the metro.
Okay.
On the other side of Louis Saint Laurent.
Anyways, I'm not a big fan of that grocery store, but some things there are just cheaper. Yep. And it's so convenient for me. So I've been finding that I've been doing there more, and I have noticed a little bit of a drop in my grocery bill just from going to there instead of some other places.
Yeah. I find things like pastas and they don't have a lot of organic options.
No,
and our house is pretty well all organic, but things like Kraft Dinner and pastas and even your non-organic butters and milks and stuff like that, they're cheaper there for sure.
Oh, for sure. They do like their grain-fed chicken like stuff.
Is it True Local?
That's from British Columbia and all over, but
Nutrifarms is from Milton.
So, you might want to check out both of them. But.
Text it to me. No, but that's but where you shop can play a bit. Now, let me ask you. This might be a hot button topic because couponing. Have you ever done it?
I have the what is it? The Flip app.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the coupons?
Yes.
I don't know. No, I don't. I don't do it. I don't price match. Like Jen went and bought some stuff.
That's what. Sorry, what coupon price matching?
Oh,
I hate you.
Let me tell you.
Oh,
she's giving us the stink eye.
People are gonna say,
Jen, come in here for a second. Do you price match often?
Oh yeah, I price matched for you guys yesterday.
What did you price match for us?
The Perrier water. You got 2 for the price of 1. You're welcome.
So here's my prop.
So hang on.
Okay.
Tell me how this works, because I am not a price matcher.
No, neither am I.
So you say you got us the Perrier. So we stock Perrier in the office at all times. And Jen is responsible for making sure everything's up in stock and filled up in the fridge and all that. It's not in the fridge?
No, it is. Cam's like, come. I'm like, no.
The microphone.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So Perrier,
Yes.
how many in a package?
10.
10 in a package. How much is 10?
$6.99.
That's the normal price
Regular price at the superstore.
at the superstore.
I got them for $3.99 each.
$3.99. And who had the sale on that was price matched by Zehrs?
Mm-hmm.
So a place that doesn't even exist in Milton had it on sale for $3.99.
Well, Zehrs is a division of Loblaws.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, who I believe.
So that's
also
their
owns
own
Superstore.
company.
Yeah.
So their own company had in a different brand of theirs, had it on sale, 10 of them for $3.99.
Yep.
But if you didn't price match, you would have went there and paid $6.99.
100%, yeah.
Maybe we
Who
should
knew?
start price matching. So here's my problem with price matching. It's not price matching, and it's, with flip apps and stuff, it's very easy. But when someone has a stack of flyers and you can see it and they're not organized at all, and then they're getting frustrated with the cashier because the cashier has questions or it's not the exact same.
Does the Flip app eliminate all that?
I think you can create a list.
It does, right?
Yeah.
You clip it.
Yeah. So I've played with it a little bit, but certainly I just...
Why do newspapers and coupons even still exist?
Tell me about it.
We're talking about environmental savings.
Yeah.
And okay, so now we're getting totally off fucking topic, but this is fine. We're chatting. Is it Tuesday? Tuesday afternoon.
Is it Tuesday?
Yeah, it is.
Sure?
It's been a long day.
Long week. I had a condition expire today, and I called the agent yesterday going, "Are you going to get back to me by 6 o'clock today or not?" And she goes, "I think we have an extra day." It has been crazy busy, but I guess couponing is a way to save money. Just be organized. Please be organized with it, because I'm always the guy behind you.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of people that have that complaint.
I know.
But in fairness to this topic, saving
it is
money,
a way to save
saving
money. Yes.
So I'll say, okay, so Jen proved me wrong or proved us wrong.
But Jen is a very organized person, so we'll give her a pass.
Right. She has the patience to actually price match and make sure that you're getting the best deal. I do not.
No.
But my version of getting the best deal and saving money is just hop online real quick and do a quick shopping comparison.
That's where I use Flip, is if I know I need something, I'll type it in and just see where has it, like the deal is, and then I'll just go there. I really don't like price matching. I'd rather just go to the person that has it on sale to begin with.
Do you, so you got a new phone.
Yeah.
Did you stay with the same provider?
I did.
Did you shop that around?
Nope. I've been Bell since I was 17. I know I'm probably overpaying for it a little bit, but I've had some good customer service. I know what I'm getting. I always have a signal. So I went in, I needed a new phone, and all I said is I didn't want to pay anything. And I didn't want my bill to go up, and actually dropped down a little bit. So
do you have any other phones on your plan, or?
Yeah, Jen's, we piggyback.
So it's a shared data?
Yeah.
How many gigabytes do you have on your plan?
Right now, well, I had 15, and then they gave me 3 free when I renewed. So I'm going to downsize. I think I've used 2 gigabytes on average. I barely use any data.
Yeah, you're mostly on Wi-Fi.
Exactly.
So you have 18 gig of shared data.
Yes.
And unlimited North America calling, I assume, and all of that crap. So how much do you pay for both phones?
We are $178.
Cam, what was the service you were telling me about? What's that company now with unlimited? Fizz?
Well, they have unlimited, but it's basically 10 gigabytes for $10, 20 gigabytes for $20, and it just goes up and up.
See,
20 gigabyte for $20 for data.
And it carries over. And then you get unlimited calling and unlimited texting.
For how much?
I think my parents pay $30 a month, and they're on the 30 gig plan. And it carries over each month. So
Total $30 a month?
That's a ton of data.
Yeah. So and it will carry over. So say they only use 10 gigabytes, but they have 30. That 20 will go to the next month, so they'll have 50 gigs, and they'll stockpile up for 3 months.
Wow.
I'm paying way too much.
So actually, Rogers announced. I don't know if you saw that, and I'm assuming if Rogers does it, that everybody else is going to piggyback on that. But Rogers announced they're going unlimited data plans by the end of the year. I think it is.
I think it's on TELUS and Fido as well.
TELUS and Fido. So I'm going to be renewing mine. I'll wait till the next iPhone comes out, and my contract expires in September. But those are all ways to save a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Do you cut your own grass?
I love cutting my own grass.
Yeah, of course you do. Do you shovel your own driveway?
Of course I do.
Of course you do. Your driveway is pretty small, though.
It is small. Actually, when we moved, we moved into, it's funny, Milton being Milton, we moved into a bigger house, and I had to sell my snowblower because there's really no point. I went from a smaller house that could fit 4 cars if I had to a bigger house that fits 1 car.
Yeah.
So my car basically blocks everything.
Well, now you can represent yourself in the purchase of a home with a larger driveway.
Yes.
Do you guys employ or occasionally hire a cleaner to clean the house?
We have not. We actually will be adding one. We just, with our work schedules, we are letting things fall, but that goes back, I think, to more like the time, money allocation. So,
well, that's what I was just going to say. What people need to understand is time is money.
Yes.
Spend your money on things that are going to free up your time, and what you do with the time, that's up to you.
Yeah.
If I'm a first-time home buyer or a move-up buyer, or I want to get an investment property, or if I want to, just improve the house overall, I'm taking that time and I'm hustling, or I'm doing something that's going to earn me
by hiring
money.
By hiring a cleaner, which we will be doing, my productivity, that hour or whatever a day, I can focus on following up on emails, calls. I cannot maybe go to bed a little earlier. I'm not going to have to waste my energy cleaning the toilets.
Yesterday we had cleaners into our house, and there were 3 of them there for 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's 12 hours of work, and it was a deep clean. Every so often we do a deep clean. You get the blinds, the dusting, the baseboards, the whole bit.
The problem with me doing that is my dog, 110-pound dog, doesn't really like people in the house and intrusive, so when we did have cleaners over, I had to put him in a kennel, and there's $25. So that's adding an extra cost to that cleaning. So, not that I want him to die anytime soon, but he is getting old. So that'll be a trade-off.
Poor Gus.
But a lot of people don't realize too, and certainly when I was 10 years ago when I got my dog, pets are a huge expense.
Oh my God. So
how much a month do you think does Winston cost you?
$200.
I was going to say
easily
at least $200 to $300 for my guy.
And it's actually more than 200, because if you factor in, so we buy him kibble. From
I'm $120 a bag, and it lasts me 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gus is a big dog. Our dog is.
He's also on
Winston is 18 pounds.
Gluten-free,
Gus is 80 pounds.
Gluten-free, limited ingredients, hypoallergenic diet. So.
Yeah. Well, actually, this is a whole other topic.
Oh, for sure.
But dog food is bullshit. Dogs, I think, should eat more or less what humans eat. The meat, the vegetables, the fruit. Obviously, there are some that are better for them than others. But things like carrots and chicken are fantastic for dogs.
Well, that being said, Gus is allergic to chicken, which is, I was told, the number 1 allergy the dogs develop because they're overfed poultry with like the filler stuff in most of the kibbles and stuff.
Yeah, there's a documentary. It's actually on Netflix. that talks about dog food. I don't remember what it is, but there's tons of fillers in those things.
Right. But my point was, I think a lot of people, like, they think they're going to get a dog. Cam just got a dog. You don't realize how expensive. It's literally like adding a second person or another person to the house.
$52 a night to send Winston to, we call it camp.
I call it doggy jail.
Well,
which one do you go? Which one do you go to?
The only place I will ever take my dog, and Mary and her staff do an amazing, amazing job. It's a sanctuary for a dog to go to. It is like a spa day. Yeah. And you can actually get them groomed and have spa services. It's called Family Pet Services. They're on Guelph Line.
Okay, so
up in Campbellville, and there's no kennels. Like they're not caged at all. They actually have huge outdoor spaces for the dogs and sofas.
Yeah. So we looked at them. We use a Escarpment Pet Retreat, also on Guelph Line.
Yeah, the other direction.
But because Gus is a big dog and doesn't get along with other dogs that well, they are kenneled. But the staff there are fantastic. Yep. Tom owns a place there, and the staff, they just love him.
Yeah, great options if you have a dog in the Milton area.
We've been using them for 10 years now, and they're fantastic.
How much does it cost?
$44 a night.
44.
Because I'm not sure if you get sucked into this or not, but they have like the advertised price. I think it's like maybe $18 a night, basic package. But of course, you
want the dog to have a TV.
The Pamper Plus or whatever, the champion choice. The bigger kennel, 3 walks, treats. So of course that always gets up, and Jen would probably not let me put him in the most basic one.
Do you send him there only when necessary, or do you send him on a little vacation every once in a while?
Just when necessary. He doesn't like it at all.
Oh, really?
It stresses him out.
Winston loves it.
Well, if there's TVs and free run, of course.
Winston loves it. So sometimes I'll just send him there if we need a break from, because I walk him 4 times a day.
Yeah.
And at least 4 times a day. And sometimes I just don't want to walk him.
Yeah.
But you need a break a little sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
But, he costs, I want to say at least $200 a month, because between occasional boarding, the vet bills, holy crap.
Yeah.
So now this time of year, you've got the flea and tick stuff,
heartworm, and
the heartworm.
Plus, they want to blood test them when you're there.
Check
stool
the poop.
sample.
Yeah. You're talking $500 right
there. You don't have Winston insured?
No.
See, I also got suckered into insuring him. So now I'm 10 years in paying what I'm paying a month. I'm almost hoping he gets, nothing major, but at least let me make one claim.
You haven't claimed anything?
Nothing.
How much do you pay for that?
$57 a month.
What?
He's a big breed. I was
$57 a month.
Yeah.
So we're here talking about saving money, and you're paying this bullshit insurance for your dog for the last 10 years at $57 a month?
Yes.
Let's do that math real quick. Cam.
Well, then you hear horror stories, though, about people having to spend thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but you just spent $6,500 on insurance in the last 10 years. Like, what the fuck's going to happen to your dog that's going to cost you $5-6 grand?
You'd be surprised.
Really?
I know people that have spent far more than that on their pets.
Wouldn't you just at that point go and spend $600 on a new dog?
Love you, Gus.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, of course.
Because it'll be a sad day when Winston's no longer with us, but that bastard's going to live till he's like 57.
Well, that's my problem. And now that he isn't, just Murphy's Law. You insure a pet and they're going to live forever and have a health-free, like a worry-free life. Yeah. You don't get it, and they develop everything under the moon, right? So.
Do you take Gus for regular groomings?
No. Short breed, short hair. So we bath them ourselves. We actually haven't visited since we've been back to Milton, but we used to take him to Mutt Life in Milton.
Yes, off of Dairy Road there.
Fantastic spot. Our new house has more better situated for bathing, but if you're in a house that doesn't accommodate, they are fantastic. They have all the soaps, all the brushes, aprons, and give the dog treats. It's a fantastic spot.
Yeah, I've taken Winston there, and Adrian and Alicia take Carter there sometimes.
Yeah.
And super friendly people.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So that was very off topic, but
we have a lot of clients that are pet owners and pet lovers.
Yeah.
There was one other topic that we were talking about earlier. and I can't remember what it was. So we've given some good tips today and had a little chat. If whoever's listening or watching, if you want to give us some advice on where you've saved money in and around the house, or tips for people that are looking at cutting back cost, whether it's to save for a new home or their first home, or just save
just getting that dollars. Monthly nut down.
How many minutes are we in right now? 47 minutes. Holy crap.
Jeez.
I like talking to you, man.
Thanks.
Okay, let's just take...
Only 7 missed calls and like 13 text messages.
You see, this is the best. This is like a mini vacation when you're
for
doing
sure.
the podcast, because you're not taking the calls.
Exactly.
Are any of them from your wife?
Only one, actually. So she works till 3:30.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Forget about saving money. Look at ways to increase your income. We've talked about this in previous podcasts. Adrian's a huge advocate of finding ways to increase your income. In the last week, I want to say between Natalie and I, we have made several $100s just selling crap.
I see your post.
House.
Yeah.
Just selling things that we don't need or want.
Yeah.
There is a buyer out there for pretty much anything in your home, whether it's an old mug or...
Well, I saw some of your posts too. Like you were selling some stuff for literally $1 just to get it out and, whatever it was. But
it's doing nothing for me.
No.
It's sitting there collecting dust. If you sell $10 items, it's $10.
Yeah.
$10 you didn't have before. And right now, people, they come and they pick it up at your house. You leave it out on the porch. They throw a couple of bucks under your front mat.
Or e-transfer is so easy.
E-transfer, whatever. Sometimes I bring stuff here to work, so people come in into the office here.
And you can get a ton of free stuff too on these stuff as well. Like if you're looking for something,
Facebook Marketplace. There's a ton of different groups, especially
for sure.
in Milton.
Did you see the Gary Vee post about what he would do if he had to reset? He's a big fan of. He would say, go to Facebook, find something for free, sell it for $1, and he goes, guarantee you, within 5 years, I'd be in the same position I am today.
I was telling Cam this story 2 weeks ago. I went to the Salvation Army store here up at the corner
we were just there looking at a couple of things on
off of Main Street and just before just west
in the
of
M&M's Plaza there.
Yeah. I went in there and I was just because I went actually to donate stuff,
right?
Stuff that I didn't want to sell, clothing, things like that. I do donate quite a few things, and they gave me a coupon for $10. So if you spend $30, you get $10 off because you donated something. So I said, okay, well, let me go into the store. In there were several items. There was a stuffed minion. Okay, I was looking for stuff for the kids maybe or whatever. I'm talking a stuffed animal. A big minion.
Yeah, 50 cents.
You're pushing your limit a little bit. It was $3.99.
Okay.
I went onto eBay. Now, you're not going to ship a minion, especially from Canada to the U.S.
Right.
But somebody might come and pick it up if you post it on Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, any of these groups, these buy and sell groups, on eBay. And that is the best place to check. And Gary Vee talks about it all the time when he's hustling at his garage sales, and I do the same thing. You search it on eBay, you go into the sold completed items and see what people
and
are
it's important to
actually
look
paying.
at the sold completed because
have to look at the sold.
Yeah, exactly.
And because anybody can ask
whatever
they want, just like selling a house. You can ask whatever you want, doesn't mean you're going to get it. Those minions were selling for $45 on the low side, $57 on the high side. It's $3.99 at the store. You're telling me you can't buy it for $3.99 and sell it for $15 to $20 like that?
$10. Who cares?
Whatever.
It's free money. Literally, at that point, it's free money.
So you do a few of those items and you do it on a regular basis. Every month, you can make $200 easily just buying shit for cheap and selling it for more.
100%. We went to the Salvation Army the other day. I was making fun of Jen because like I don't want to go in here. She was looking for something for her work. We walked out with about 4 or 5 Blu-ray DVDs for the kids in the van because we don't have one at home, but in the van they like watching stuff. A gravy boat, which was for literally 50 cents.
He came in bragging about that gravy boat.
I've been wanting one for years, but I'm like, I'm not spending $20 at the store for something I use once a year. And some other little toys for the kids. I think we spent no more than $10 for everything.
Yeah.
And it's something that we went to the store, Walmart, and we would have spent $50+ easily for what we walked out with.
So there you go. There was an extra few minutes for you guys that you can cut back some costs by being frugal, maybe going to the Salvation Army, the Restore, things like that. I mean, a gravy boat for 50 cents sounds like a hell of a deal. And if you're looking at making
all gravy, baby.
If you're looking at making a few extra dollars, get a little side hustle going. Go out to garage sales. It's the summertime. People are, trying to get rid of stuff. Actually, I'm going to extend this a little bit more. We talked about Winston at the camp. So we had a death in the family. We had to go to London to visit. And so we sent Winston to camp. And on the way to camp, to Family Pet Services, on Guelph Line, there was a sign, garage sale, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. or something like that. I was actually running a bit early, so I went to the garage sale. I didn't have any cash on me, and I was running tight on time because they only accept the dogs from a certain window in the morning, right? And but I stopped and I walked through the garage sale, and they had a bunch of crap I would never ever think about buying. Like it's crap that you would buy and then put in your own garage sale a year later, right?
Yeah.
But they had 3 action figures. One was a Star Wars figure. The other one, I don't even remember what it was, something I wasn't even familiar with. But in the original packaging, one of them was from 1989, the other 1994, and the last one was, I think, 2005. So the newest one was like 10 years old. The oldest one was like 30 years old. And they wanted, I think, $5 each or all 3 for $10. I went on to eBay. The cheapest one on eBay, and this is new action figure in the box, unopened. The cheapest one was $36.
And did you buy it?
The most expensive one was $109.
And did you buy it?
No, I didn't have any money.
E-transfer.
I didn't have anything on me. I was running tight on time. I was going to go back. So I booked it like I was speeding on the way to drop off the dog in hopes of having time to stop in again.
Or as you just call it, driving.
Yeah. Don't say that to my insurance company. I just wrote off my vehicle. Anyway, so garage sales this time of year is a great time to get out and find a few things.
Bottom line, lots of ways to save money if you want to.
50-cent gravy boat.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on today's podcast.
Thank you.
Good job.
Let's get to work.
Yep.